Episode 605 of the TV Dudes. Diarra from Detroit!
It's a Patreon pick this week that we head to Detroit.
That's right. Will JPV have picked a show we love? Will Diarra find the guy who maybe just ghosted her? Will we find the show good?
It's a mystery for sure. We'll solve it in a few, but before that, I'm Nick.
And I'm Les.
And we're the TV Dudes. And you know, a show about Diarra isn't all we watched this week. To the Diaries!
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
As far as what I watched without you, before we get into just desserts, probably I did finish off the season 9 of Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Which I know you were catching up on.
Yeah, I'm still going slow on that. I'm somewhere in 7.
Or 7.
I'm like halfway through 7.
So they ended the season 9 on a kind of a... I'm always a little bit... I don't know what the show's overall message, and knowing that Justin Roiland was super involved in the early seasons and then he got ditched out.
Right.
I was like, okay, so this show might not have a cohesive message all the way through. What's it about now?
Right.
He finds Morty funeral hops and to look for his family saying nice things about him at his funeral, at his alternate selves.
Oh my god.
Tall-legged Morty. God, he was tall-legged. And don't ever tell you different. Tall-legged Summer, do you want to say anything?
It's not really a joke. It's not really a joke, but there's something about Morty's always reminded me of Bud Cort from Harold and Maude a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the just Morty funeral hopping is like Harold and Maude Tom Sawyering is pretty great.
But of course he gets stuck eventually in a universe where he died. And his family are super functional. They loved him a lot. But they're also way too involved in their son's life. And he realizes that he finds his notes Morty's notes later of my dad's a fucking psycho. I need to get away from him. To find Rick, who they've cut out of their lives because he was an alcoholic.
Okay.
But they've cut him out of his life, and they've just never looked back on it. But Rick's been sober for 30 years. And he's found... he has a new wife, a Swedish woman, or whatever, and Morty has to convince him to make another portal. Only... and I'm not sure how I feel about this, but... portal travel, I don't know, there's a reason I abandoned it. It's the Salieri to infinite Mozarts. The impetus is that Rick cannot make portal travel unless he drinks and cares about nothing but becomes the self-destructive nihilistic Rick that makes portal travel. Which makes the rest of the show make sense on why every Rick we see with portal travel is the same person.
Right.
Is the same.
No, there's only, of the infinite variants of you, there's only one particular mixture of assholery and drive and ambition that results in this. Yeah, if you were a better person, you'd invent something better than portal travel.
But also, technically, only 2 Ricks have ever invented portal travel. According to the mythology of...
the prime one.
The prime one... And then the one that had to invent it to find him.
Right.
Ours, 137.
Right.
And all the other ones were given portal travel by either Rick Prime or other Ricks.
Right.
And...
but, I mean, I guess then that still sticks with the lore, because to be the Rick that invents portal travel, you either have to be the kind of asshole that Prime was, or have to have something done to you to the degree that you become our Rick.
Yeah. But anyway, Morty basically destroys a Rick because he needs to get back home.
Fuck.
And that's
the most Rick thing Morty's ever done.
And he feels bad about it, but the wife confronts him and is like, where did you and she asks Morty, where did you learn this level of manipulation to manipulate my husband into doing this? Because Morty says all the right things in order for like, no, you're a genius, you're gonna crack this. And he's like, I learned it from infinite versions of your husband. He belongs more to me than he does to you. And it's the most savagely cold I've ever seen Morty in a way that didn't quite read to me.
Wow.
That Morty is so inherently selfish, he's willing to destroy two people's lives in order to get back to his spot.
Right.
Which, I mean...
But if that's the journey that Morty's gone on and that's where he is as a character now, then the show is done. Because
Morty is now Rick.
Yeah. That's the most Rick thing Morty's ever done.
Yeah. And the season ends where he...
That's darker than Cronenberg in that world in like fucking 2 or 3.
It ends up like, I won't spoil it because it's probably pretty funny how it all resolves, but he does get back and he looks at all his family and that basically, yells at him and are dipshits, and he appreciates it more.
Mm-hmm.
But also he's kind of horrified at what he had to do
to get back,
to maintain and keep it there. And I think Rick and him say it's like something like, I never understood how we must be important to you. You do a lot of work to be here.
Right.
This must be the best. Rick must want to be here.
Because he could be anywhere else.
He could be anywhere else. No,
you don't think of it that way. Yeah.
And obviously, and seeing the amount of work he had to, when he got lost, and the amount of work he had to do to get back, Rick's had to do that infinite number of times.
God knows how many times. Yeah.
Right.
You never know. That's part of the gag. You never know the other 1,000
But I don't think the show,
dark,
I don't think the show, unless the next season is going to be about that, I don't think I wanted the show for Morty to learn to be like Rick.
Right.
That doesn't feel like the answer.
Insanely dark, dude.
That
Crazy.
It was a real. I thought about it a lot after it was done.
Yeah,
It was a real bummer.
Fuck.
But other than that, I think I rewatched some of the other old, like while you were watching. I'm like, oh yeah, the season 7. Because we watched his revenge with Unmort Rickon or whatever that episode was called, which I think might be the best episode of the show.
It was fucking good. It was really good.
But it has the Buffy problem of, I think it's the best episode of the show, i.e. the body. And I think the show might lose its narrative purpose after that.
Yes. A little bit. Yeah, because then it falls in the middle of 7 and still goes on. Yeah, very Buffy.
But other than that, did you...
Let's see, I rewatched the pilot of Nashville because Hayden Panettiere passed away.
Wow, that was
That's
tragic.
just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world is doomed. We did not save the cheerleader.
No, fuck that up.
Fuck that up. That's wild to me. I'm sorry. That of all the weird celebrity deaths to hit me odd, that's too young. That's really fucked up.
Well, right on the heels of, well, I suppose not on the heels.
Just wrote a biography and just like.
Well, and also Michelle Trachtenberg just fucking.
And just after Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
Like, it's really fucked up. So anyway, I rewatched the pilot of Nashville, which is fun. Then let's see. We're going to talk about it next week on the show, so we won't discuss, but we both watched the pilot of Lanterns, which was pretty cool. We'll get into it next week. I think if there's anything else just outright odd that I, like one-off that I watched, and I don't think there is. I think everything else is just desserts.
Sure.
So desserts, basically at this point, just anything that you and I know are like we're both watching. So I caught up on Reacher, Furious, and then of course that finale.
I think they're dessert worthy.
I think so.
We also hit Ted.
Obviously Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
I suppose how much did we talk about Reacher before? I suppose we could talk about the new episode of Reacher. So the new episode of Reacher, basically the only real big plot development is that, of course, Reacher was wrong about that hot girl he slept with.
Oh my god.
Toy. Like, the minute he was like, Reacher, I thought you were smart.
Oh my god.
I wonder.
And you know what? You know that this is part of why he's like this, because you know somewhere in his brain he's like, well, I let my feelings get in the way one time, and I was like, is that what happened?
No,
is that what happened?
No, you let your dick get in the way, you son of a
bitch.
But I did like that this one had the element of the congressman basically going with him. I'm still suspicious about that guy because he said, I will talk about what we did there to the best of my ability without violating my oath.
Right.
And then he proceeds to just say everything and not dance around anything.
Right. So that means that you left out a huge chunk of something.
So,
because
I expected him to go, so like to have Reacher have to fill in the blanks and him go, I couldn't say that, or be something
right.
clever like, but no, I'm like, so the fact that you didn't dance around actually makes me more. If you were cagey about how you had to say it,
right,
then that would make me think, okay, you legally can't.
Right, but
say
no,
what you
this
did
means
down
you
there.
didn't even risk saying anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I felt the same way.
I have to be able to say under oath in a court of law later that I did not tell you this.
Right.
That you gleaned this from what I said, and that I didn't correct you.
I love his constant like, "Hey, can I get a ride back to the? Fuck yourself, Reacher."
Oh, fuck you.
Fair.
That wife does not like him.
No.
But our B team is working through trying to find what the sister had on her.
I didn't get him a hoagie.
Yeah.
Watching them figure it out, like go to the sister's house, get her key, like figure out where she works, realizing that like, so that's an incinerator stack. So this is definitely where they're shredding documents. This is where your sister worked.
The journal is breaking it down to him like, hey, she wouldn't do that. And then the Britons are like, look, man, I don't know anything about your sister. Don't know what her deal was, but she worked on a high level security clearance where they burn documents, and she walked out of there with a USB that everybody wants. I'm connecting dots here.
Right. There's
like,
do you have literally any other explanation? I will try to swallow it, but like,
so I'm just following
saying, man,
what we're and also we're starting to see why, at least I don't know why dude just jumped off a building, but now we see why his sister killed herself.
That explanation actually
and it also makes it like, oh, this was a little Reacher's fault.
Thank you. So that was the other thing that clicked for me.
Yeah.
And god damn it took him 5 episodes.
Yeah.
But I had been chalking it up to his overdeveloped
Reacher felt like it was his
sense of-
fault from jump.
Right.
But
And I was like, well, you have an overdeveloped sense of things that are and are not your fault. But I don't think that's really, and then realizing, oh, yeah, I still would let you off the hook for this, buddy.
Well, he could not have known.
You can't have known, but you guessed wrong and it was a lie.
In an investigation, details matter.
You chose the wrong lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of like that. Like, if he told her the truth and the truth hadn't helped, I don't think he'd feel quite as bad.
Right.
But he made a play, and it was the wrong play.
I was trying to make her feel safe, but she knew if she was arrested, then it was over.
It was over. So she had to.
And she knew that as a cop, I would have to arrest her.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. He picked the wrong thing to say.
Which I was wondering, like, why did Reacher say he was a cop? That's not a thing he would normally say.
No, he.
And it was I'm like, oh, narratively, so we can get here.
Yeah. But no, I had that same moment of like, that's part of why you feel it. That's what you fucked up. You feel like you fucked up guessing.
Well, also that nephew.
Dude.
That they all think is dead, but they're just not saying it.
They just can't say it to Opie.
But at a certain point,
Barney
we have to give up the game on it. Like, okay, so your sister's death makes sense if your nephew is also dead.
Yeah.
If she was getting...
Oh, when Reacher's explaining it all and like, oh, you tactless but completely correct bastard.
Well, he's like, well, why would my sister go on the train to kill herself? Like, because she got on the train, but she had the gun and not the USB.
Yeah.
She wasn't going to make a deal.
She was going to kill the guy
and
for
so that
vengeance.
doesn't make any sense. And Reacher goes, it does make sense if she's going to not rescue the nephew because she knows he's already
dead. But to
dead.
die committing vengeance.
She's going to get some payback. And she put that USB somewhere they'd never fucking...
And she put her winter jacket on because it was the darkest thing to cover her white shirt so that she could try to sneak up. And like, none of that was going to work.
It was a dumb, desperate plan.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, they obviously, something went wrong with the kidnapping or the thing, and they ended up killing him. And it was just...
Yeah, man, all of that, it's like, so that was the heaviest fucking holy shit moment in the episode. The funniest moment in the episode was the winking, blinking, and nod following him again.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Reacher, you make this easy on you.
Do you want to?
No.
Hey, do you want to do this the easy way? No.
And
Just
he
like,
walks into that fucking warehouse.
well, like, pulled that gun, and I'm like, so if you needed to kill him, you would have just killed him. So that gun is kind of useless.
Right.
Because now I know you need him alive. Like,
And he beats the shit
he beats
out
the
of those guys.
piss out of that
Oh, I thought
one
he broke
guy.
his hand on the fucking ice blocks, but he beats the hell out of those guys. And then when he clears that gun off into the water,
Yeah.
and then cuffs that guy is fucking beat.
Mhm.
And
Also, he does not have his ID on him, so like, oh, he's gonna get tied up in the cops for at least a minute.
that's what I was thinking. That same thing was like he just threw your wallet off into the water too. So you yelling, "Hey, I'm a CIA agent."
Yeah, so that's gonna take his whatever he gets his phone call to clear up.
Yes.
Like,
And you are in deep pain
so you've got those guys off your back for like
a
minute.
while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, man, no. You're lucky I didn't throw you in
Yeah, mother. I could have solved this problem permanently
right now. Yeah.
But the despite them being shady as fuck CIA, they're
Uh-huh.
still like a US government organization.
Right.
It's like he's still not gonna kill him.
What was the plan? We were gonna maim you and get some information.
And then the actually finding the kid and like it's better if we just don't lie to him. And like, so how did you find him? Like, a garbage man smelled something in a dumpster that his nephew just got fucking thrown away.
Yeah,
and
your nephew
as
was just
trash.
thrown out as trash, dude.
And that guy is not okay.
No, that was a cool moment when Reacher was like, "So you just need to go back to Jersey, man."
Yeah.
And like, you're not ready. And he, without any bravado, he just like, "No, I'm well in over my head. I don't understand what is going on with any of this. But my sister had blah, 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 and I am not leaving until I find her killers and hold them responsible." And like, that actor managed to get all the way around to, and I'm gonna go find the man that, six-fingered man that killed my father, and blah, blah. He gets his whole Inigo Montoya speech without ever flipping to any fake bravado. And I think it's what makes Reacher believe him, of like, okay, well then stick with us.
He gives that whole thing. My sister didn't call me to help because she knew I was a fucking glorified meter maid that could not help her.
Yep. And she was not wrong.
But I can help like
this now.
Now, and I'm gonna do it.
No, it's one thing to have not been able to be there to help when it was happening for those reasons. It's another thing to go home now.
Yeah.
You abandoned the help. Yeah.
But also the big reveal at the end there was that apparently his nephew was killed with a very specific
spinny knife.
Spinny blade.
Indonesian.
Which is Indonesian. And they hear the word, oh, well, we've only met like fucking 4 Indonesian guys this whole fucking time.
Right.
And
they're who the drive's been mailed to.
And I like that it showed the bodyguards are still useless. They got dropped immediately, but they were never bodyguards. They were go-between distractions.
Yep.
And the 2 women drop their groceries, flip out their knives, and I love that it cuts back and those 5 guys are just dead in
fucking
there.
Dead. Yeah.
That not only are they not who they said they are, these 2 women are next level, like not to be fucked with assassin, rumblers. Like the
No, man, when it cuts back at Reacher's just looking at dudes in a room like, fuck.
Yeah.
Also, the amount of times the cops have shown up and that's a big man just standing in a pile of bodies. Like, I didn't do these.
Mm-hmm. You already had to run away from one in the subway.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just fucking books it. Breaks that dude's hand on the...
I thought like, just nails his hand so he gets the gun.
Yeah, just clears the gun. Yeah.
Dude, I'll take the other one. And that guy goes off into the third round. Shit!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking enjoying Reacher. Definitely going to watch the rest of that. I also watched this week's Furious, which, man, for as dark as the subject matter is on that show,
Alden's
it's so funny.
Alden is hilarious.
Alden had me laughing. So the last episode ended with them coming into Campbell Scott, the lawyer, dead on the floor in Alden's house, and Alden in the wheelchair, and like, put your hands up. You want to tell him or me? He can't put his hands up. And I thought that was going to be like their joke, the one joke for that. No. Alden trolls the cops for the whole episode. This is a minor side character that just brought me joy every step of the way.
One of the only people that could possibly troll cops in a giving them a fake confession and daring them to shoot him. Like,
Right.
okay, yeah. So even in the states of cops can get away with anything, they're probably not going to get away with this.
Moving the wheelchair back and forth and like just fucking with them.
I thought it was manual mode. I don't respect you.
When he, oh God, when he starts off, he asks the cop, like the FBI is not a cop, it's the FBI agent that's telling him his rights or whatever. Like, why are you going so slow? I'm going the regular speed. That's what your mom said last night.
God damn it.
And then for the rest of the thing, every one of his answers is yes.
Do it.
It's so fucked.
I'm an FBI agent.
Did you say all cops are bastards? Is that what you said?
Not cop. I'm a special FBI agent. Like his whiny, like,
It's just,
my
and
God.
you can just see Scoot McNairy's like, dude, you've got to calm down. Like, you can't let this kid fuck with you.
Man, you've lost all negotiating power in this room. Like, you can't say
But
that.
Alden basically is testing out both cops and finally decides McNairy's cool and gives Danny Kelly the drive of what they copied off of Jay Easton's laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if those files are still, I would assume probably still on that laptop, but they're definitely on that drive.
Oh, no, they actually got wiped.
Oh, they got wiped. Okay.
Remember that was the thing. Yeah.
So Ed George wiped it. But I mean, like when the cops originally got the laptop, it still
Mhm.
had it. They didn't erase it. But yeah.
I think, no, there actually wasn't anything on it.
Ah, okay.
Unless that guy lied about that and just had one of his guys clear it.
No, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
But they rescued that drive because it's the right move, man. You can't just give this to anybody. It's too. If that was going to take care of it, it would have got taken care of long
Right.
before.
But you do need to give this to somebody.
Right.
You can't just keep it, but you can't give it
And
to
man,
anybody.
They give it to the right person. It's going to
Yeah.
be in good hands with Danny Kelly.
Meanwhile, Alice is stuck in the
Sex worker abuse shelter.
abuse shelter with
I love the girl's like, you're in the wrong place. This is for sex workers. And right answer. She spins around and goes, why the fuck are you talking to me? You don't know my life.
yeah,
And like, right answer.
you.
Right answer.
do online stuff. Like
Yeah. My boyfriend
and-
found out and I can't go home.
the fact that she, in a way that she needs to talk to a therapist about this later.
She clicks with Catherine
She
so
clicks with
fast.
Catherine in a way that I need her to recognize.
In the same way that like a lot of people I feel like want to pull Sandra Oh's character aside and be like, so you shouldn't connect as much with her and Killing Eve.
Nope.
You and Villanelle should not be this. Yeah.
No, that's bad. That's not good. And yeah, that they have a moment together. Her boss tells her to like, hey, it's entrapment if you talk about anything case related. So you got to talk to her about fucking weather and pets. Like you're talking about, do you like
Just
rain? Do you like cats? Do
She
you like rainy cats?
It's anything.
And like,
Yeah.
what? That's not gonna. Okay, so she immediately violates that.
Right.
But
And she's about to tell her, but they
she
get
doesn't
called
talk
in for
about
dinner.
case stuff, but she does immediately go personal and talk about what like
Mhm.
her boy, like my boyfriend found out and he beat me in the shower so bad.
And it's a good plan to include something true in your cover, Donnie
It's
Brasco.
good.
You know?
Yeah.
But also it bites her in the ass later. I thought that was great when she runs. She's running from her later when she figures out she's a fed and ducks into the shower.
Yeah. No, like, man, I knew you weren't lying about that.
So the funniest thing in the entire episode is Nora slow walking, literally.
Man, you'd be surprised. It's a big building.
It's a
You'd
big
be
building.
surprised
And I
how
got
long
these
it takes me
short
to get to
little
the top
legs.
floor.
You know, I got these little bitty legs. She's pretty drunk.
Talk to that guy in the elevator with all the buttons pushed.
Oh my god, yeah, we're gonna be here a while.
She
How's
fucking crouches
your
down
mom?
to tie her shoe.
It was my dad.
Deputy special agent might have been the smartest thing he's ever done. Where he just crouches down, like, "Hey, so did you find that? Like, why are you crouched down? Did you not want me to crouch down with you? Like I was like, no, I'm with him, man. Did you want him to talk to you up there, talking down,
Right.
while you're obviously hiding? Like,
Right,
maybe the answer was, don't talk to me.
right. Hear me out.
Oh, I forgot my phone.
And I like that Ed George kind of knows what she's fucking pulling.
And then
Like, when did she leave? What do you mean? I don't know.
comes back into his office and she's already there. Where have you been? It's just so that she has enough time to get her team in place.
Right,
So that-
because nobody thought she was about to run into that Alice is about to run into Catherine.
Right. Because they have like an hour to get this done. Otherwise, Ed'll take over.
Right.
And then who knows what the chain of command and chain of evidence will happen
Yeah.
with
It will probably
Catherine.
just go the fuck away.
Yeah. And so I like that One, it was a great scene that's ultimately undercut later when she realizes she has to move one move ahead more than she normally would.
Right.
Because timetable, she needs to get Alice out of there.
Yeah,
right
she gets
now,
rushed just a little bit.
Because I like the more Alice is in there, the more Alice is like Catherine is super dangerous. Like no two ways about it. She has killed a lot of people.
No, I'd been worried about her about to get stabbed in the neck with fentanyl for like 15 minutes by the time it happened.
Like it's so like an hour is already kind of too long.
You need to stay out of arm's reach of this girl. She is crazy.
And
like we were talking like I believe she 100% loves Alden, and also that does not mean that she did not kill his mom.
No, man,
those things are not mutually.
I don't think one has to be true while the other doesn't.
She can love you while be killing you, and
yeah. And Nora has to make the move of backing Alice and putting that team together, and then telling like we have the laptop downstairs from his lawyer. I wonder what's going to be on it. Hey, and she has a great speech of like, hey, didn't she went against your orders? Yeah, I'm gonna have to slap her on the titty for that.
I don't like the way you talk. Oh, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, slapping on the titty? Sorry, I have a problem making off-color jokes. Remember when you first got here and you called me dough? Diversity hire? And then you'd come into the room and I would come in the room and you'd go, dough. I thought that was funny. And like,
man, and then
the speech she's been practicing for years.
How does he goes, are you done?
I hate to give you break the bad news to you, but I am nowhere near done.
I have some bad news for you. I'm not.
Because she breaks down.
Yeah. I wish I had better news for you, but I'm not.
So what I got you didn't want a Jane Doe. You just came off of a big case, big win. They were testing you out. You were never supposed to stay here. You were actually you're supposed to be on a bigger thing. I like that it sounds like he's not actually good enough to actually have been moved up.
Right.
He's been just competent enough to stay at this.
This is
level.
where your career fucking ceilinged.
But I knew you were moving up, and there was going to be a job opening, and I wanted that opening, so I let that shit go. And like that's her guilt of it was just the letting go of the part.
Like my ambition made me let you do that.
Now the thing that's been bothering me is that when I called you about the Jane Doe, you already knew about it, and I asked around, and no one had called you.
So who was your source?
So how did you know about the Jane Doe?
And like, no, Jay Easton already told you about it.
Last night it hit me. Your source was on the original case that broke you was Easton, Jay Easton. And so when he came to you with a dead girl problem, you helped that problem go away. And I've never now I've never been able to fucking put this on you, but I have enough to she basically gives you I own you speech.
Yeah.
And it's really cool undercut later when it's just miscalculation, which sucks.
Yeah. And then we get saved a little bit again by the drive existing. But yeah, all of that.
But might be a good thing that it wasn't on the computer on the drive. He might have just risked. I'm like, man, you can't risk erasing on the computer. That's in the chain of custody in the FBI.
Right.
You will get caught on that.
Right.
Like not caught, maybe go to prison, but you'll never.
There's a moment where George is at his desk trying to figure out what's the play that doesn't show my ass.
Yeah. And I think he was gonna. Who knows what he would have done if there was something on the laptop.
Right.
I think that to me that was her move of I'm going to tell you there's a thing on the laptop because even if there's not, you think there is.
The cover-up's the thing. You might slip up and wipe that laptop and put your name on it.
And that will get me. That will get me on you.
Right.
Even more. And but he ends up not having it. He pulls the team off. And what's fucked up about that is that he pulls because he does not want her to rush in and get his collar and move on this.
Right.
Because honestly, Catherine can't testify.
No, she's not enough.
She needs to have an accident.
She points it out. I don't remember what happened. I can't.
But also, they can't risk her coming in, so she needs to have an accident in coming in from resisting arrest when she and he can't guarantee that's he needs a team that can do that. So he pulls the team off so that but he doesn't.
It's the Mayor Kingston thing. Lift your arm up.
Lift your arm up.
Now lower it slowly. I don't want to lower it slowly.
Mm-hmm. But also, it's crazy to me. I get replacing the team. I do not get, even with how deep you are in this, that you're gonna let the girl escape because you pulled the team off before your replacement team was in. That obviously there's like a 15-minute window when you're waiting for your team to get there, but you've pulled her team off. And I'm like, so here's where you're also still stupid, because I can only imagine that, again, you might not face prison time, but you will be forced into early retirement having to try to explain this to your superiors on how you let a serial killer get away when there was already a team there.
Right. So I'm sorry, the team was there, and then you sent them home?
And then and your order is on that. There's no way to pawn it off on and you're still fucked.
But Alice does have backup.
Yeah. So seeing God.
Whatever his name is, it starts with an M in the show, but Jake Lacey. Yeah. Marshall. Man, Marshall's just fucking. So the scene in Yellow Jackets when it cuts out to the garage and he's screaming fucking last resort.
Papa Roach.
When cut to
that's exactly
311, and I was like 17-year-old me came roaring back. I knew everything Nick Hexum was about to fucking say in that stupid song. Oh my god, I knew so many 311 lyrics. And
oh no,
and like immediately was like perfect.
Nailed it.
Whoever the fuck picked the soundtrack there, no notes. Great stuff.
He's drinking in his car.
Just pounding beers in his car.
And again, because of what I saw last episode, I'm like, okay, so this is also not good, and this is stalking, and he does not know like that this is a police
What else
investigation.
going on here?
But also, you can't be surprised at this response.
Right. When you knocked him, like literally grabbed him and threw him off the wagon yesterday. You cannot be surprised when a drunk man comes up to you the next day.
No, man, you kindergarten, like behind the legs, pushed this guy off the wagon.
Yeah.
You know, not to blame the victim and everything, but there's a percentage of this is your fault. I don't want to argue what percentage here or what, but like there's this.
So he's been lurking outside this fucking shelter thing, getting just pissed, drunk in his truck,
realizing he cannot go in there.
No, but she comes fucking flying out.
Yeah, just stumbling around, and him not like obviously pissed himself, and
because she's all fentanyled.
Yeah. And grabs and throws him up against the truck. And now here's the thing that surprised me, is that Catherine came back and saved her from that, which I was like, so even Catherine doesn't know her own real moral code. Her moral code is what's directly in front of her.
It surprises her from moment to moment.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I liked it. It actually read for me that no, I think Catherine would, and even asked like,
do you want me to kill him?
You want me to kill him?
Yeah.
I'll kill him.
I actually thought she smiled after her hesitation, and that's why she only shot him in the stomach.
Right.
I was like, okay, if Alice even interpreted a nod, that Jake Lacey was going to get a bullet through his face.
Yes, I think you're right. But instead, he gets kind of shot in the rib side.
Right.
Dude. Alice is laying there trying to hold pressure,
and obviously like can't chase me.
No. And like.
And also,
he can't chase me for sure.
But also,
I mean, if you care about him living,
you can't chase me without him dying.
No, you have to. He still may die, but you have to keep pressure on that.
But you got it in order for you to even say to yourself later that you tried.
That was fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm loving this show.
Also, I love like the brick and mortar that she did earlier that they said they had to do.
Fucking burned
her. But I realized that she's not supposed to be doing the legwork
and be undercover
and be running the investigation.
Right.
Like she's technically not supposed to be wearing all these hats, probably for this exact reason.
Right. But she's not really been assigned. She's just kind of gone rogue.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are culminating and biting people in the ass.
I'm loving Hulu. If folks aren't, I'm loving Furious. If folks aren't watching Furious, they fucking should be.
It's really good.
I
would say it's I'm not sure how long I'm in the bag for it, but
yeah, it's only got a few episodes left, I think.
Definitely for this first season.
Yeah.
And I'll try a season 2 if they
do it. It could also just do a one and done. I'd be good with that. Not everything needs to run. So opposite end of the emotional spectrum, but also funny.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of Ted.
Yeah, Ted Lasso.
So I am very much in the back for this show. Still loving Ted Lasso. What a warm little cute
I would say
nugget
this
of joy
one.
in my week.
This one has to change up its structure and style a little bit, just because they're.
They're really they're running headlong into the storyline of, and I'm glad they want to do it. I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. The people are dicks about women's sports. No pun intended.
The shareholders meeting that they show, which I was like, oh, this is the shareholding. It made more sense to me now that it's a big room of just.
They're like, some of these people have some money, but some of these people don't.
Yeah, but there's just a bunch of room that all of them just have like one share of this.
But most of them are jackasses about women's sports. Even Roy a little.
Yeah, but the first 3 seasons are about a sport that everybody cares a little too much about, to be honest.
Right, and a team that's been around for a century that they have like a traditional cult club mentality,
but have lost for like 3 decades,
and
that have not had a championship in a while, and yet people still care about that. And then the dichotomy is that. Man, if you put tits on it, we suddenly don't care about that thing at all.
Right.
Like, and I was like, man, if England doesn't care about women's soccer, nobody fucking cares.
Right.
Like, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but like, dude, if they don't give a shit about it, then like, no one.
No, if this can't fly here, then it can't fly. Yeah.
But showing that also as a double-edged sword, because they don't have a lot of pressure. They simultaneously have pressure. They want this to work, but also they don't have the pressure. If they lose, everyone's going to go, well.
Told you.
And like, but they also use that later when Rebecca needs to ask for the money from that weird, shady investor group that I think she meant. It's like, dude, you fund wars. Wars are profitable.
That was a fucking hell of a comeback. And I love that it's Pinter and Sons. It's some company. They're just weird. And it's this kind of personal connection that makes business worthwhile, don't you think?
Well, where are their offices located? Canary Wharf. Fuck me, you'll never see me again.
And at the end of the meeting, I really appreciate you coming this far down. I know it, but you could tell it's a passive aggressive thing of like, I keep my office in the middle of nowhere to see who makes it here.
It's intentional.
The Higgins report. We're not calling it. That's not its name.
How did it get online, do you think?
I'm wondering who leaked it.
I mean, Higgins was the only one that fucking cared about it.
I thought had it, but whoever commissioned it or something could have. Like you said, people care too much about soccer,
and yet not about this one at all.
But not about.
I guess they care to prove that it's bad and that it's going to hurt the men's team.
It's seriously women's sports,
and but like. That's going to hurt the men's team somehow. I still don't understand how.
It's got to be focus and money. Like,
they don't have enough for £4,000 for.
I think she's just saying no to new expenses. Like, we're not adding more stuff. We're already probably not going to turn a profit. But I definitely understand it. The people's like, I'm sorry. Anyone working on the women's team. Might they instead have been working on the men's team if there were no women's team?
Okay, I could see that.
And like, cool. Well, then we have at least split focus.
You've already pulled Beard off of the men's team, to coach this team.
Yeah. So like, wouldn't the men's team be getting all the love instead of 2 teams getting partial love?
You've pulled Ted Lasso.
What if we fail 2 teams?
You've pulled Ted Lasso to redo the Ted Lasso way. Why aren't we just giving the Richmond team the men the Ted Lasso way again?
Right.
And if the men's team don't win a championship this year again, they'll like, well, if
they
Ted
will blame the women's team.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting position for a comedy show because seriously, they have to succeed 100%. Otherwise, like you said, everybody will go, told you you'd fail. And worse than that, the men's team also has to succeed 100%, or the women's team's win won't mean anything because it'll be said to be at the expense of.
Yeah.
So like, there's almost no upside except to just want to play the game.
The idea for tryouts was like, I love that she
I was joking.
Chilton said that as a joke, and I was like, yeah, that's the premise of like one Mark Wahlberg movie,
right?
Of like whatever that fucking was, of like where they held tryouts for the NFL. I'm like, yeah, I know that they technically do that sometimes, But that is a team that has no other options and are basically dying.
Right.
Because, hey, these are professional level sports. Like, these are from people that played this in their high schools and then went to their colleges and then went around these.
When all the people show up and Ted's like, well, this could take a while. No, it won't. Run to the other side of
Run
the
to
field and back.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
My first thought was, oh yeah, so I guess they just the first 20 people to get back, you let stay, and the slow one. And then I realized, like, as I was thinking that, 4 people like gave up, and I was like, oh, so you just start from who the fuck could even do it?
Yeah, no, that
because seriously, if you can't run the short length
no
of the field,
no, and
soccer's all running.
Yeah, and I was like, man, women's team are not like this is a professiontal level athletes that have.
You can't get winded like that.
You can make fun of the women's teams all you want, but those are women that have played this at the fucking, at least in their college levels or whatever their equivalent is, their entire lives.
The weirdest thing to spend this much time on and it just be a one-off joke is Danny Rojas' sister.
Yeah, which I get it. It's funny.
It was funny, but I knew the whole time that she wasn't going to be able to play. Like, you could see that setup of that joke coming from a mile out.
Well, I can see that Bill Lawrence or somebody in the writer's room was like, do we want to do female versions of the other team? And I can see that getting shot down.
Right.
We don't want to do that. We don't want a female.
What if somebody
Danny
had
Rojas.
a sister? What if Jamie Tart had a sister?
Yeah, we don't want to do sisters. We don't want to do that. Like, we don't want to do nieces or anything like that. That seems hack. And like, okay, I get that.
Well, we'll do it as a gag once.
So we'll do it as a gag once because I'm sure that they're like, who would be the funniest? Danny Rosa's sister would be the funniest. Let's make her
and
bad.
I do like to, but football is life. No, silly.
Mm-hmm. Football is so much more than life.
There's
all right, not as catchy.
It's truer, but it's not as catchy.
Chilton has an old friend that they have to fucking basically go back, and Chilton cannot be. She can't even pretend to placate people. Like,
no, man, because she jumps right back on it at the end of like.
She jumps right, like, man, you need this woman to play for you.
Just be a little bit cool, and like she just.
I was hard on everyone. You're just the one that quit. Okay,
shit. Also them, I like the Susan Boyle bits, but Beard really liking Chilton cracks me up.
Yeah,
and Chilton's slowly getting weirder with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like. She makes pun like
well, you gotta look up I gotta look up your references. You gotta look up mine.
Fair.
At the end, even at the end of the episode, I'm finally looking up that Susan Boyle audition. She's the most talented woman on earth.
Right? Yeah. No. I enjoyed all of that.
But yeah, I thought that was Ted's taking his son to school. That was cute with Roy's.
Oh hey, if you need anything, I kicked 3 boys in the nuts in primary school, so I'm kind of a legend.
And I don't like we haven't seen I'm like, okay, so your wife still lives separate from you, so that's probably
right.
Good. I'm not sure where she's living right now or how the shared custody is
right, but she's somewhere in London.
Yeah, but I like they show up at the game. Do we have to show up to all the women's games?
Or that look.
I don't want to be this guy either. But watching that first game, it was nowhere near as exciting as any of the other Richmond games. No, and maybe that's the point, is that they're not there yet.
I think so, because I was thinking that too, of just like, I don't... There are fans, like the fans in the stands at the Richmond game, a lot of them, most of them, may not be in the shape anymore, but when they were alive, have played pickup games of football for fun in the afternoon with their friends on a Sunday or whatever, like... It's like watching baseball. Like, you probably played some baseball in your life. You probably shot some fucking hoops or shot horse at least, right? When you're watching an NBA game. Yeah. It doesn't mean that you can play at their level. And that's the point. You can't play anywhere near their level, but you know what they're doing and you've tried to do it and you watch them succeed at doing it. And I was like, those same fans are sitting in these stands right now going, but I can run from the other end of the field and back faster than. And as soon as you think that,
what's the point?
Then there's no point in being at this match. I could just be playing with my friends.
Right. No,
and see just as skilled a match.
Yeah.
And that
sucks.
That sucks. Also, and that's not a gender thing. There are talented women out there. They don't have them on this team.
No.
Like Megan Rapinoe is out there. Like, Like,
and
she's
I don't know
not
if
on
that's
this team.
maybe that's by design, or maybe the cinematography is different this season, or maybe the actors they got can't do the same.
I want to right now. I
I
want
would
to
think
charitably
you'd-
say that the show's doing it on purpose to show us that, like, no, if like the heart and the wanting it to be there is one thing, and you guys have that, but you've got to recognize where you're lacking and bring it.
Because Sam, Jamie, and Danny could do those kickflip things,
Fucking crazy shit,
and like and you know flip themselves over and kick it in the air to the back or whatever, and like, oh shit, and I didn't see any of that shit.
No.
And except for that when the striker finally got in there, what's her name, and she did that little up under the air and kicked and did that little shit. I was like, there we go. And yeah, she's trying to be a lawyer with that one guy. Like, for example, where was I? For example, thank you.
Yeah.
I think this season is slower, but I think I've been pretty clear of, like, I don't care if this is actually a 50% worse Ted Lasso.
Don't care.
I'm still good with 50, like a half of a Ted
Seriously,
Lasso.
half power Ted Lasso would still be would still be enough heat to warm my heart.
Yeah. It's fine. I still get a real giggle out of Beard. He's so excited when he's got the oh, cute kid. My mom took me to bars when I was when I was a kid as well.
Told me the shot glasses were kid glasses.
Good luck. Hands her the 13. Which, you know, Beard must be superstitious as well. He must know what he's doing there. I'm looking forward to seeing more from that character, as far as what she's bringing into it.
Gemma, yeah.
But also Ted brought on, what's her name? The girl that he always dribbled with. When going to the games or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, she became like, and I'm like, she's
not quite ready.
I mean, she's good-ish, but she's like,
no, Ted's the best at letting him down. Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that was he really is the
Oh, welcome to Richmond.
Yeah, broken a lot of hearts out here.
Well, a show that is definitely not running at 50%, but is got its powers back and is running at 1,000%. Our Last Dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any others?
No, I think this is it. Yeah.
That finale of My Adventures with Superman. Holy fuck.
Season 3 wrapped up with a bang. We actually wrap up the Brainiac stuff where Bizarro has gone nuts.
In a way that you thought we were done with the Brainiac stuff, and it actually goes a step further.
And Clark saves the Brainiac thing from Bizarro, and it's like, oh, that's your strength. And
I love that he's not Superman. That is Clark putting a palm up in front of Bizarro.
Yeah. Clark doesn't have any powers yet still.
And so, like, man, Bizarro could have just torn him apart. Even accidentally.
I also like that, okay, so these Brainiac bots are going to be his fives and stuff from that, his Gary and from the other Superman movie, but he's convinced Brainiac units to his side of things.
You truly are the last Lord of Krypton. No one kneels. Get up.
Mm-hmm. Which we still have an evil Brainiac green one in the fucking box thing.
Yeah.
So we can always break him out if we want later.
And then we add something to the fucking super lore again that I love.
So Rao,
holy shit, this show.
Rao is the Kryptonian god.
Son. But it's also their sentient son.
But their son is sentient, and that is Rao. And also that there are many
they have broken off small sons, children of Rao, and they use those to power
I was like,
things.
That's how you create an empire, even where places don't have yellow suns.
Right. You bring a yellow sun with you.
Bring a yellow sun. And I was like,
powering
your
fucking ship.
Which has to change that entire solar... Like, there's no way they didn't devastate...
Oh my god!
Entire solar systems that way. And
eventually destroy. You get how these guys collapse their planet.
And I was like, "Whoa, what a cool fucking add-on for."
And that it's not been Brainiac sending Clark these visions. It's been Rao.
I think one of the greatest additions, and even Zack Snyder didn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Zack Snyder still made Kryptonians weird isolationists, and only Zod was the militant one. Making Kryptonians. a Kryptonian empire that is a galactic conquest, or like they're closer to Klingons than they are to anything else in Star Trek. Like and I was like, that immediately makes Clark more distinct and special, not just because of his powers.
No, because he's like the gentlest Klingon.
He's that version of a Kryptonian and a human philosophy, and I really like that. I think I do like that his dad was a nice Kryptonian that still has a fucking scar and an eye patch that definitely rumbled in that war. But like he was a scientist that has an eye patch and a scar of like, so there's quote unquote scientists.
Yeah, they're like you should see our Klingon ballet. Only 5 people die in the show.
Like they're like Klingons had scientists so that they could just worked on ships long enough so they could go punch those dicks in space. Right. Like but I didn't realize how, and there's other really good additions to the lore in this show, but I think the very, very special Kryptonian difference is that the Kryptonians are a invading empire race that bidded on their own hubris, because one of the earliest thing they conquered decided that they weren't conquerors, like that they were pussies.
Yeah.
Like, no, you lost your way, because there are more. I like to think that like there a couple of you are like Jor-El and don't want to like fucking enslave people anymore, and that's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
Like, and so they're victims of their victims.
Yeah.
And I think that is such a great place for Superman to come that's dark but shows how
it gives like what. If Kryptonians are just humans with more advanced tech, then what does his human side bring? Right. I mean, like, what does his human upbringing give him? And like, no, his human upbringing is the breaking of this empire war bullshit.
Yeah.
And so adding all of that is great. The one flaw this season has had is the last couple of episodes have had the world's whiniest Jonathan, who I just can't stand, and holy God, he continues that this episode.
When Clark shows back up to save the day,
he's still fucking whiny,
and everyone's so excited to see him, and John's still a little bitch. I was like, I'm okay.
He came back to save the day, take all the credit.
He needs to fucking whip that frown upside down, or I'm seriously gonna kick Jonathan's in the ass here. Like I need him to fucking buck up and get with this, and he does. I liked earlier Jonathan better, but also. I really with Jonathan, we wouldn't focus so much on Jonathan because Laura's made up
awesome.
Their Jonathan is basically Connor Kent with a facelift.
Right. But their Laura is a whole new thing.
But their Laura is completely new. If I'm getting this right, there's a completely new creation, and she rarely gets to really talk or speak.
No.
She has one nice moment with Lois, but she never really has to talk to Clark even.
Right.
And I thought that was really sad to not let her have a big moment, because. Jonathan has the jacket that he now has, even though Jimmy gave him the jacket in a completely other universe.
Different, yeah.
And like, wait, why do you have a jacket? Oh, because you're not wearing it ironically. You actually think this looks cool.
You showed up in a jacket you think is cool.
That makes the jacket way less cool all of a sudden. The fact that you think it's cool, like I know it's a existential like problem like that you have to not think the jacket's cool for it to be cool. But she has a cool aviator jacket with a little fur on it. I'm like, I bet you that's Lois's jacket.
Yeah.
But we never get that. Like, that's definitely a general.
Well, because we've seen that. We've seen Lois with the fur-lined jacket in the future. General Lane.
And I don't know. I liked the previous fights a little bit more. Not because they didn't try.
They try a bunch of cool shit. The triple hit when he knocks her down, the black energy, all of that is super cool.
So what
they holding his arms so that Kara can fly through and hit punch.
So when
they
try to like, so the other one, the cyborg fight was the speed, and then the first Eradicator fight was the power, and they're trying to combine both those in this fight, which makes sense. But I think it might take away from both a little bit.
For me, it did. This fight they had to
You have to slow down.
escalate to a point where it just turned to like Clark beat 4 or 5 of those construct guys just by zooming through with gold light.
I will say that since I'm having such a good time, I don't like care about
It
this
didn't
thing.
really bother me, but I was
But
like,
also, like,
we had to slip into just blinding light.
So, and then they've done this before with like super punches where Clark jumps into a sun and he fucking supercharges himself
Yes.
to like
Yes.
throw a super punch. And so that, I think that's what's going on here. He has the Kryptonian armor.
Yes.
And he shows back up with basically like yellow energy now, with juiced up power.
Yeah, he's got like raw power. Yeah.
Yeah, and he can, take it to the Eradicators when... Actually, I like that the Jonathan wakes up, like, at the start of this episode, obviously having been out for a minute.
A part of the fight.
Like, you got...
Then his first words are, but I defeated him.
Shut up, Jonathan. But he wakes up to... And I get why. I was like, oh, it's kind of... I knew they were going to get bodied in this fight. But I was bummed that I didn't get to see the Suicide Squad fight.
Right.
But they wanted
we just wake up to them fucking down. I like that Eradicator Lex thing can control the Kryptonian tech.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we get a bunch of new powers out of him without a lot of explanation, but they teach you the general gist of how it works so that you can understand when he's on the ropes.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing to me about this episode that was so dark is that Clark finally, it takes for fucking ever, but he wins Brainiac over on the idea that compassion is a strength.
Because Brainiac is still a victim that just needs to learn about that he's actually... That
the Eradicator is not a person. That is a formed idea. Like, that is the personification of Lex's insecurity.
That's so weird. The robot is a person. Like,
right.
the robot is a person...
But the Eradicator is a lab-grown
he's
neuroses of Lex.
And they just stated out at the end of there, like, I am
my father's fear of lack of control. Yeah.
And lack of control, and I cannot stop until you're gone. Which I'm like, oh, that's the only reason he cares you guys are alive.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like fucking in his cells programmed him to.
Yeah.
So when Clark, he beats him back into the planet. And then being Clark says, it's time to stop.
It's time, yeah, and offers him his hand. It's time to stop fighting, and he goes, I would rather die. And he fades away, and I was like, oh my God. And then Clark double punches that with, I'm sorry no one taught you how to live.
Yeah.
I was like, God, did you just make me feel sorry for the Eradicator?
Seriously, show?
That the Eradicator didn't know what else to... Can't do anything else.
Seeing Clark come back was amazing. Seeing Bizarro with him, I don't know why it warms my heart every time that dude is in his fucking gym shorts and pajama top.
Someone get him a costume.
I love it. I love seeing the shoestring tassels on his shorts. Fucking awesome. Awesome.
And then they all team up to take out Eradicators together, and they all... I love that Kara is the first to
I
riz
can
up
do this
her
all
thing,
fucking day long.
and she gins up with red energy.
Right.
And I always thought like, oh, Clark has blue and she has red shit.
So
and then
Laura and Jonathan
have purple, and I was like, oh shit, they're
red and blue.
Yeah, they're both schools of thought, warrior and compassion together, and I was like, that's really fucking cool. And Jonathan gets a moment with Lois later that I thought was very heartfelt of, my future was pretty bad, but you were the best thing in it. That was really good. But yeah, the Eradicators have a big, huge fight. I actually like that they team up to beat one, but then it summons 5. Lex tries to take over their minds, but obviously like, that works both ways. So
so he shorts Lex out.
He shorts that one out. So what and I will have this theory until someone proves me wrong. So there are a few things that just kind of happen and one of them I can excuse. So Clark comes by with magic yellow powers from his sun god thing, and I'm like, cool. So that lets him shoot sun lasers.
Yeah, he gets take care of it powers.
Yeah, and he gets take care of it powers, and I'm like, got it. With that glowing power, they do punch out those Eradicators in a combination of, I'm gonna punch him really hard strategy
and with heart.
I'm going to punch him with friendship.
Right.
Which is like, got it, equally. We can't get out of an anime without you winning one fight via friendship.
Right.
That like feels wrong. Where I don't understand is that, okay, so Radar comes back and he looks like a young, what I would draw if I was to do a young Zod.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's just their take on he's Kryptonian now. He's wearing some Kryptonian type clothes. He's a clone of Kryptonian. I get that.
He's been through a shitload of timelines, apparently, where he's killed a bunch of Superman.
I mean, technically, he's supposed to be a clone of Clark, and he doesn't look like him, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But then, in the middle of the fight, for... like,
no reason except to show up Clark, I guess.
Who's shown up with a new outfit. I'm going to put up a new outfit and puts a new outfit on.
This is what I think your dad would look like.
And then he grows a beard, and I was like... And he gets a little buffer, and like... I'm like, wait, is that like...
They have to fight like Kryptonian
but
King
also
Arthur now?
Jor-El was actually a little older than that.
And he was gray-haired.
And he was gray-haired, so is this... Are we showing me what Clark would look like older, or a mixture between him and his dad, or...
This doesn't mean anything to you, but this is what your dad looked like in another world where I beat your ass.
Yeah, and Clark doesn't respond to it because he doesn't know what that means
what the
either.
fuck you're doing, dude?
And I will go to my grave thinking that, okay, so at some point you guys thought you might do Zod,
and these are the drawings, and you were using them.
And these are the designs, and at some point you decided, no, every time we add a new Kryptonian, we're going to make the Kryptonian death thing a less special. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's never do Zod.
Right.
And since we're never going to do Zod, let's not let those designs go to waste. We have some pretty good designs, and we don't have a good idea for Doomsday that isn't bone shit again. So let's just, instead of doing Doomsday, let's call him Eradicator and throw our Zod designs in there. And I will say that despite Jonathan, one of the weakest things, not in practice, I think the Eradicator is really cool in practice. Design, he feels like a hodgepodge of everything else.
Right.
He's not exactly consistent.
No, he has a lot of powers all one button.
And yeah, he has black energy things. He can
make these constructs. He can make extra arms.
Yeah,
he fights like Neo with like a Zen fucking...
Yeah, he has a weird fighting style. It was a lot going on that I was is this another season of cartoon we thought we might get and we're starting to shove those ideas in? That being said, a great fight with a great resolution, and I know that the kids are they get a final goodbye, and they're going off to a good future because they disappear in yellow energy this time, rather than the blue one. And I'm like, look, that's the point where we're at here.
Sure.
Their shit worked out because they got taken by blue. Like, if they got taken by red energy, that's bad, but they got taken by gold energy, so their future's good. But then again, I'm like, wait, that's not how... We've seen how that's not how time travel works. They don't exist anymore.
No, I think so. Until proven differently, you could also headcanon it that
we've technically killed them.
That gold energy means they didn't go to a future; they winked out of existence.
Right. I would say that their souls have gone to Rao or New God or
right. That's
whatever.
why it was yellow.
Like, maybe that's how they'll explain how they come back in another season, is that Rao took them as sacrifices. Even though their future technically doesn't exist anymore, they can still be around.
So the episode gets a little falling action stinger of Jimmy getting what he actually asked for. Kara's like, no, you said you wanted to be a better friend. Here's your chance.
So Kara...
That's fucking hilarious to me.
That's Kara from a position of, Jimmy's going to be sprung on me. There's no way. I have all the time in the world to act on this.
And mess with him. It's great.
I'm going to fucking... He's gonna pay for the fucking...
For that dipshittery.
For that couple months where he put me through this. He's going to take that on the chin. And then when I'm good and goddamn ready, he shall be my mate. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Flamebird.
And then after coming through all of this stuff and losing Superman and almost losing Clark too, Lois is about it. And I love that she proposes with a ring box that is
miniatures?
Are those miniatures?
Like, Clark is already too excited about her getting him miniatures.
Mm-hmm,
and
and then she proposes.
Yeah.
And that's I love that that's where...
You want to do the Smallville?
They have not gotten officially renewed on a season 4, though the writers have pitched season 4 ideas. It just depends on viewership.
I will say that the Stinger alts have been probably the weakest that they have been, just because they don't know what they're going to do, so they're so generic.
Right. Because like they're hinting at maybe a cosmic problem, All-Star Superman style or whatever with whatever scared Lex.
Yeah, like Lex.
But I don't really care if they
Lex
don't get another
like,
season. I won't be.
Why did you do all this? And Lex goes, "Well, at the start of season,
when Kandor was destroyed,
when Kandor was destroyed, I
like
saw.
That he's like,
a
no,
thing.
there are new stars out there. Like there's a different universe now.
Do you think without Kandor, do all those mini stars go out that the Kryptonians created?
I wonder, are there a bunch of children of Rao out there then doing stuff?
Yeah,
Whatever that means.
Or that the species on those planets know that the Kryptonian Empire is done.
Right. Is there a bunch of shit that's going to start happening because people figured out Klingons are gone?
Yeah, that now that everyone knows the universe is up for grabs.
Right.
That it was technically being kind of kept quiet because we had Kara doing shit.
Right,
and
right.
Kryptonian ships were still flying around. Kara was still out there. And so no one could call the bluff on whether the Kryptonians were still around.
You're right. That'd be cool to do. That'd be my pitch in the season 4 room.
So now you got a war with Thanagar and Ran, that's what it was, yeah, and like all that shit, like that'd be great. Also, Clark says he might have had to give something up.
Yeah,
which
we don't know what that is.
I think he just, if they don't come back with it, he could be like, oh, he just risked his life to get his powers back. Like that would be the most, because it just shows him having getting hurt. And I'm like, okay, if they don't actually want him to have his sacrifice, they could just easily write that out. But they're trying to set themselves up for. You can tell that we want to set ourselves up for something, but also if we don't get picked up for another season, we don't want to promise anything to anybody.
Yeah.
Which I think is a smart move.
Well, should we tell them about the Patreon?
Tell them about the Patreon, Liz.
Patreon.com/TVDudes is where, for just $1 an episode, every week you can get an extra episode. This week, we talked about a movie that was barely on my radar and fucking slaps. The favorite thing I've seen in the theater, and I'm including Spider-Man, thing I've seen in the theater in months.
What's the address of that movie?
It's, I can't remember the house number, but it's The End of Oak Street. The End of Oak Street was amazing. You can hear us talk all about it over at patreon.com/TVDudes.
TVDudes.
And now, let's get over to our main course.
So last Friday, you matched with Chris on Tinder.
Yes.
You went on a date.
This one says we're gonna have a good time tonight.
Yes.
And you had intercourse.
Which I normally wouldn't have done, except we both agreed it was like a third date. Can you write that down?
So after he ghosted you...
I did not get ghosted. I think he was taken. And I'm not going nowhere until I get some motherfucking justice.
Brian, you sound like a crazy white woman.
I'm a concerned citizen.
Yeah, that's some shit a crazy white woman would say.
Ready or not, here I come.
My first clue.
Can't you run DNA on it?
I teach earth science. I'm not CSI.
Gonna find you.
Nobody touch any of the evidence without gloves.
Damn.
This bitch done lost it.
And babe, you want me. Yo.
You were supposed to start dating as a way to face your divorce.
You can't run away.
I hadn't seen SWAT in months.
Was I really the only thing holding you together, D?
Damn. Excuse me.
Would you mind your damn business?
God damn.
All right, well, let's talk about our show of the week. This week, JPV picked a Patreon choice for showrunner and asked us to watch Diarra From Detroit, which I was starting at season 2. I didn't watch season 1 and was like, oh, okay. It kind of makes things ping up on your radar when something does survive to get a season 2 of like, okay, maybe I should go back and see at least what the fuck that is. So I was like, all right, maybe it's time to check out Diarra From Detroit. Also, I believe this is also from BET, who made Average Joe, which also came back this past week and is just awesome. So, cool. Let's check it out. We were only supposed to watch the first 4 episodes of season 1. I think that's all you watched, Nick. I ended up watching through episode 7. I haven't watched the finale of season 1 yet. I probably will, but we'll get into it. So, Diarra From Detroit is an American mystery, dark comedy, drama, television series. That's all of the adjectives. By Diarra Kilpatrick, executive produced by Kilpatrick and Kenya Barris. The series stars Kilpatrick as a divorced school teacher who believes she's not divorced.
In process of,
believes that she's been ghosted by her rebound Tinder date. Her search for the missing man pulls her into an old mystery involving the Detroit underworld. We'll get into why it's hilarious. The white flight affected the gangs as well. But currently this has 2 seasons. It's airing weekly right now in season 2. BET Studios has not made a ton of shows, I don't think. And I was surprised that while Diarra did not hit us nearly as well as Average Joe, both are perfectly good shows. Like, it's not like early Spike TV or something. So this is, with all of the Detroit black culture, trappings of it, it's really just might as well be Murder, She Wrote, like it, or an Acorn show, or Only Murders in the Building. However you want to blackening that up. Because she's in a slightly tweaked, like, search party hipster, like overcranked by a little bit version of Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, they make jokes about Detroit being a small town cosplaying as a big city, but they really, for the first couple episodes, they really play it up that, like, she had moved out to Grosse Pointe with her husband when they were doing good because he's rich. And now they're getting divorced, even if she doesn't want to admit it. And she's back living in her mom's house. Her mom is gone, but she's back in the old neighborhood. And so for the first couple of episodes, there's all these moments of, like, her running into people who know her of old, that she hasn't seen in a long time. But at the start of it, I was really surprised that it is immediately a cutesy murder mystery thing with, like, her legs went all the way to the floor, like, narration, like she's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's cutesy, but the stakes do get oddly high every once in a while.
Right. No, like, every once in a while, like, they seem to be in some genuine fucking danger. And she has PTSD from, like, one of the things that happens that I really like that plot point. But it is a lot in a show that for the rest of the time has a slightly oversaturated, like, cartoon tone sometimes. Like, all her friends that are on their religious, like, celibate girls group, whatever, focused, like, Tony Robbins church group thing going on. That's a little over the top, but in a way that's funny. And like, the whole show's kind of got that applied to everything, where I'm like, okay, so all of this is turned to 11. But then every once in a while, the stakes get really fucking real. The main issue with the show, I would say, the reason that I haven't yet finished at 8, and that, Nick, you just stopped when we had watched what we had to watch, is that Diarra is in denial about everything in her life, and yet dragging everyone through this mystery for a guy whose name she knows, she just won't bother calling him by it. It makes for an oddly disconnected and kind of hard to like character. She's not right in a lot of situations where the show needs me to be on her side.
This show reminded me actually a lot of, from the world of it, it kind of actually reminded me of from Belfast, the Irish show that we watched. What was the name of it?
How to Get to Heaven from
from Belfast.
Yeah.
And
no, I can see that.
And with a trio of women that all had their shit not together.
Right.
And you'd said that this is actually produced by and like showrun or by
no, this is her show.
This is her show. So I think maybe and this is just going out there, like, the obvious difference between these two shows is oh, well, one stars a black woman. I hope that's not the reason I'm just not into this. But I think it's because having her show and having her being in charge of that character, I think she thinks this character is more charming than she actually comes off.
I think she thinks she's righter than
which I think translates into, I think she thinks she's more charming than she is. If in how much of herself she's putting into this.
And it's there's little moments where she's arguing with people, and it's not that it's not a snappy scene or the dialogue wasn't cute, but she's wrong. Several times in a row. her gay bestie that teaches with her, who steals a bunch of scenes that he's in. There's a point where we found out finally like why she's left Swa, her ex, and it's been 3 months. She cold ghosted him for 3 months, which is a cool thematic parallel that I wish they'd get into heavier with. She flipped out immediately and started a murder investigation, and yet she's shocked that Swa got a lawyer.
Yeah, her level, and I don't know if the show is expecting me to be on her side of it.
And that's the thing. So we find out that Swa brought up an open relationship, and I realized that I'm in an open relationship. So
yeah,
or a polyamorous one. The labels are stupid, and everybody's relationships are different.
We don't see that conversation. We don't know the context of it.
But from what Swa says, like it came up in conversation once, and she decided that because he brought it up, that's the signal to know that your man is cheating.
Yeah,
has already cheated. He's bringing this up to retroactively cover a crime.
Yeah, even though from what I've seen, all evidence indicates that he didn't.
Right. We have not, or at the very least, we have not seen anything actually showing us any other than Swa's attractive.
Yeah,
but she
don't be wrong. She is divorced. What is that actor's name? He's
Watson.
Watson.
What is his name?
He's very attractive. I get why she feels insecure about it.
Right. But either way, she like basically walked out of that conversation and did not speak to him for 3 months.
Yeah. And then
got served papers.
Yeah. Where's my car? You mean the car you abandoned for 3 months that I paid for?
Right.
Like, I understand if she took that car because
it's $50,000 invested in that car. And I know it's the car that she used to sit in under the overpass when she was a kid, but still, he put $50,000 in that car.
Yeah. And as a gift to her, cool. She didn't take it with her. After 3 months, that's kind of his car now. Am I crazy? Like
he has legs to stand on in court. What threw me is she gets outright mad at him for sending some creeper after her to tell her about the divorce or whatever. And like, he didn't send a creeper after you. You were served by a process server.
Yeah, because he couldn't talk to you.
In the same way that like, I don't get to choose which pizza guy shows up.
Yeah.
Like, it's a process server. The only other thing you can do is pay extra to have an actual cop do it.
Right. Yeah, you don't call down and like, you don't like Postmates and like order your specific process server. Like, I want him to look like this and be this level of creepy.
Yeah.
But it reminded me also of High Fidelity.
Morris Chestnut.
Well, yeah, and what's the Zoe Kravitz's fucking character? I didn't like watching her not learn a lesson for a long time, and I didn't like The Bear. I still haven't finished The Bear because as good as The Bear is, I don't like watching Carmi refuse to learn a lesson.
Right.
And while I was like, why did I accept those shows for longer? And the only really thing I thought of was that those shows actually did a lot to separate out and build out their secondary characters to the point where I wasn't always watching the person I was hating.
No, because I want to know more about Moni. Her life and her husband and their shit.
And is cool. She doesn't get a lot of time, but she gets more time than the gay best friend.
Dude, what is
he
that
gets the
actor's name?
shaft.
Brian Terrell Clark, Mr. T. TEA, Mr. T. That's hilarious.
What's her name as the guy she's looking for? Obviously, because she hooks up with this one guy. She can't sleep. This guy fucks her so good she can actually sleep. Calls him Ambien, even though she knows his name.
She knows his name is Chris.
And anyway, he ends up missing, and everyone thinks that she ghosted him until she finds out that from the poster or whatever, he's actually a missing kid.
Yeah, they've done like an age up.
From the 90s, he's some sort of missing person.
Yeah. The whole neighborhood is like, oh fuck, I remember when that kid went missing. It's like remembering Baby Jessica from The Well. Like everybody might.
Well, it happened. Know that. It happened at the same day of the OJ verdict around there, so people have
That's right.
People have a date they can associate it with,
which makes there's things about the mystery that I like, because doing it on that date means that they have like a we know when lightning struck the clock tower kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like when they need to go interview witnesses later, like, well, I don't know where the fuck I was that many years ago. It was the day of the OJ verdict.
Oh shit.
I know right where I was. Like, yeah, it was when the Challenger exploded. Fuck. Yeah. No,
Okay,
I can tell you right where I was.
No, I
Yeah.
got that. I got that in here. That's in there.
Yeah.
But since she's trying to find him, so that she could sleep or whatever, or just basically she's obsessed and not wanting to focus on her divorce, and she drags in a bunch of her friends, but she also gets involved with the his mom that is now.
Man, I wish she was on the show more. Felicia Rashad is
Felicia
Vonda.
Rashad is now a kind of a vigilante.
She's saving other people's kids.
Yeah, saving other people's. Like, you could tell that she's kind of given up on finding her kid. It's been fucking 3 decades. Like, and
but they even mentioned that, like, when she sees the poster with the aged up thing, which is clearly new, and she's like, why is there a new poster for that? Oh yeah, his mom's nuts. She's still putting posters up, but yeah, I feel like she knows that that's a background. That's a light a candle penance thing you got to do.
They go
But
to
no,
a trap
she's
house
vigilante.
in Ep 3.
Yes,
and
it's
that
3 or 4. It might be 4. It's a little far in.
Yeah.
No, it's 3 because 4 is the card game, I think.
Yeah, 4 is the card game. Yeah, I watched the card game, so it's 3. And they go through this house and, like, because she thinks they're podcasters, a true crime podcasters,
Right.
And
well, it's already been a fucking journey. Like when they talk to her and she's like, "Well, I'm busy. Can you swing a bat? Get in the van."
Yeah.
And like, are we going to a second location with this woman? And they roll in, but then she drives like a maniac for starters.
Right.
And she goes and gets the most random, like half of a broken pallet and a fucked up teddy bear and a CRT, like big fatback TV. and then it's the tone in Moni's voice when she's like, "I've only read about this. That's a crackhead trap." And I was like, I need the show to like hit that gear more often.
Yeah.
Because Felicia Rashad just sets up like a shopping cart with half a TV, with like a busted TV and a teddy bear and some fucking wood planks sticking out of it, and then sits back in the van.
Yeah.
And like within like 5 or 10 minutes, this dude kind of ambles up and like shakily rolls the cart away, and they just follow him to the crack house.
Yeah.
But so like all of that has been somewhere on the teetering edge of, is this woman crazy or crazy like a fox? And then they go in the house.
Oh man, they go in the house and she has this bag of like Taco Bell or taquitos or whatever the fuck it is
that she's just been carrying.
She's been carrying the whole time throughout the house, and what's her name is behind her with the bat. They're walking through, there's just people around. A big dude cuts them off and like, hey, who are you?
Like everybody they've seen so far is pretty much laid out on the couch.
Makes sense.
Fuck, or on the floor, just fucking and then there's an actual upright, mobile, like ambulatory dude.
Yeah. And she goes, "You look hungry, big man," and just hands him the fucking like
makes no nothing that would signal that you're there from a charity or any help, for just like, sup, taco.
And I'm like, oh, a bunch of strangers are always rolling through here. And I'm betting like there's just people that bring in food every once in a while. So there's not really, she says so little in order to not say anything wrong.
Right.
Like,
and he's like, thanks.
Yeah, all right. And doesn't question, like they move, it's so slick. Like,
dude,
like,
it's and it feels like clearing a checkpoint in a video game. Like it is so slick.
How many times have you done this enough? Like, oh my, she's.
Well, I did one round without the tacos, and then I never did that again.
Like fucking black crackhead Batman,
right?
You fucking awesome. They pick up the girl and have her swing the bat just long enough for her to smash a guy in the back of the head. And then immediately in the next episode, she's gone, and
doesn't come back.
So I was just kind of not enjoying, like, okay, this is whatever. Up until that point, and then when they get to the end of that episode, and it seems like narratively, logically, they should be working this woman in to the crew to find.
Hey, we think we are closer than anyone's been in 20 years to finding your kid.
Yeah, and that way she's going to be part of the team. And she's obviously competent, but also the level of competent where she's just going to break a bottle in half and go do the thing when you're still standing there, and that also could be a problem.
Right.
I'm like, what a great element to add into this. And then I was like, oh, Felicia Rashad was only shot for like 3 days.
Right.
And
sure enough, she is gone.
And because she tells, like, we don't know where you're, like, and tells her, the mother of this kid, like, that, and she gives a reason of like, well, she's not, I don't think she's involved with him, but she could be a problem for solving this case. And I'm like, you absolute monster.
You have his backpack at home.
You have his backpack. You
have his Ninja Turtle backpack with his name on it.
You have more evidence than anyone's gotten in 30 years.
Right.
And you're not going to tell his mom.
No, to me, that was a game change point in the show of like, why didn't she, narratively for the show, that was the moment where I was like, oh, the show and I are on different tracks.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching the same show the show wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, oh, the show wants to prolong something else rather than
the show doesn't actually want to escalate into the zany thing that I think it's going towards. And then having watched, I had to watch the 4th episode after that, and I'm actively now mad that it's not the show that it was last episode.
Right. Because the card game's cool, but it is
the card game's cool.
But
like,
episode 4 has the whole threaded through card game like time thing going on, and it 4 leans back into the each episode is a little bit cutesy detective Humphrey Bogarty kind of thing, and it leans back into that, and I was like, oh, so 3 was kind of a fluke episode tone style wise,
right? And it was kind of a damned if you. I'm like, man, if I was producing the show, I'd go, episode 3 is a really strong episode. You should redo it so it matches the other ones.
Yes. Or no, like,
or like you should re-engineer. I know you should re-engineer the whole show, but if that's not in the budget, you should re-engineer this so it's a little lower key.
So there's a story about Parks and Rec having a moment getting deep into season 1 where they realized like they were going to play a joke where Leslie gave somebody shit for caring too much about, and they were like,
that doesn't read.
No, go the other direction. Leslie always cares 1,000,000%. And like, it seems dumb that like, oh my God, y'all didn't have that locked. How is that not the core of that character? But like, it really came into focus right then, and like, ding, and they retooled the fucking show.
So I think, so what you're saying is that I'm seeing the moment in Diarra.
I think in Ep 3,
but they whiffed it.
But they didn't. They went back to like, well, that was cool, and went back to their show.
Okay.
I think because I think if you're the producer on it, it's hey guys, so I know that we're 3 eps in. We need to pause production for a week and rewrite 4 through 8.
Right. Yeah.
And you have to match this now.
Right.
The show and just like things you discover on the way, you know?
Right.
Because I could see in the writing, you don't know that woman's going to come off that fucking awesome.
Right. No.
I think you could see it that like it is a little bit monstrous. Also, maybe you didn't recognize that it's a swing too far to have Diarra not tell her.
Do you think?
Because like that was a character moment for me as well of like, she didn't tell that kid's mom.
Let's flip this, Les. Do you think there's a possibility that Felicia, like that character was actually threaded through more, but Felicia Rashad got cast, but she wasn't available
maybe
for the whole shoot?
But is it worth just getting her for the one?
I would say no, but I'd
be torn.
That theory doesn't ride to me because
I don't think you wouldn't cast her.
Diarra is focused on Diarra.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like the show just didn't like knew that was a very special, like an amazing episode, but didn't see it being the like, well, doesn't see anything wrong with the rest of the episodes enough that you need to change to fit.
Having watched the latest season of Reacher and realizing what they've figured out about Reacher is that they have a strong main character that can rotate out sub characters at all. Diarra does not. Diarra needs these side characters actually need to be bigger and more part of it, so that they have more things to lean on than they put too much on Diarra to carry this.
Right.
and sometimes she does carry off. I'm not saying that she's not a pill 100% of the time.
No. She's just not that she doesn't squarely connect on it for me. Yeah, and I know it's her show.
Yeah.
So it's the same as like if the Mindy Project can be the greatest show on earth, and if you don't think Mindy Kaling's that funny,
well, and
the Mindy Project's not going to work for you.
I'm a producer. My note can't be less Diarra.
It's true. Though, man. Okay, so let's talk about the thing that absolutely works in the show, the Detroit.
So that's a really strong opening, actually.
So less Diarra, then more what? More Detroit, motherfucker.
So when she comes home and she's living in her mom's house, she
says in the narration, this shit's got me, my insomnia has me doing white lady shit. Like sneaking downstairs in my house to investigate a noise when I don't have a gun. And there's some snappy lines.
But also she, in the middle of that robbery, she recognizes
that dude coughs.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. And
Danger Johnson, motherfucker,
brings off the mask and his kid is there.
Man, when he's like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you were back," like hugs her.
Yeah. And they like everyone knows everybody. That was like, that's really funny. But also there's a scene later where I forget the context, but she's mad at him and she breaks his fish in front of his crew, like his fish tank. And like, I can't remember exactly the circumstances.
She followed him. She figures out what the sex club is and manages to go there, I think. Or no, God damn it, I can't remember how she ends up back at. But yeah, she finds that out and goes storming into his actual like gang lair.
I get that, but also this guy shouldn't have broken into your house to try and rob you. But he did once he realized it was you. He stopped and didn't rob you.
And the way the robbery came up, so Atlanta season 2 was just called Robin season.
Yes, yeah.
And that was it was just a runner in the background of the whole season of it's that time of year running up like that it's about to get cold and shit. It's just like it's Robin season. Like house break-ins are about to go up like 100%. And that's how it read to me of like, oh, it's that time of year. Which I still would have called him out. I'm like, so did you think it was my mom's house? You were still breaking into this house.
Well, she died a couple weeks back. I just thought the new lady that owned it, like,
right.
Okay,
I didn't know that was you. I thought it was some gentrifying. They told me it was this skinny lady that. I see.
Yeah, you're bougie ass. And though she breaks his fish in front of his crew, I'm like, and I immediately went, wait, this seems like a thing that the show wants me to think is badass and her.
I do think she regrets it pretty quick.
And I'm like,
save some fish, motherfucker.
And save the fish. And I'm like, yeah, but you made an enemy you didn't need to make for almost no reason.
No, for almost no reason.
And he's throughout the rest of the episodes I watched too.
Yep.
Obviously keeping an eye on her and pissed and trying to get some of his cred back. And I was like, not to side with the fucking guy that broke into your house, but like, yeah. Anyway, there's just on top of that, I also don't like Diarra when the show focuses on her, which it's called Diarra.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the scenes where she's not the focus, where it's the side characters, we're gonna transition in and out with her narration. She narrates throughout this entire thing.
It keeps coming back, yeah,
and it bugs the shit out of me. I know that your thing it's usually your thing of narration of like fucking narrations for movies that don't work. Like but narrations for movies that don't work, yeah.
Oh, forever, man. I love that season of Project Green like forever.
Fucking savage.
Savage.
But she narrates to a point where in that trap house, the worst part of it is that she gives a signal to her friend Mo or Moan and to light this fireworks display on the intersection,
right,
and basically just cause a distraction.
Yeah, everybody who can get up and walk around inside that crack house comes outside, which is great. You only have the absolutely down for the count people inside.
Yeah, so like they've watched like Attack the Block where they use all those fireworks, or whatever. And the narration goes, and then that's when I realized what she was doing. It was a distraction. And I was like, they're not
teach kids what subject.
They're not all that obvious and bad.
But good God.
But there's a lot of things where you could just let the scene play, guys. I feel like Diarra's a little in love with her own voice, and I need her to shut the fuck up just every once in a while.
Because, like, there's a moment of narration earlier where she's like, so if I'm Captain Extra, this woman is president of the Doing the Fucking Most Club.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if this is a woman, like, is this guilt because you did something that got your kid taken? Or, like, were you complicit? Because half the neighborhood thinks that lady just did it.
Yeah.
Or, like, is this guilt, or are you guilt for accidentally killing your kid, or guilt for what? I forget how she says it in the narration, but I was like, that's fair. And that's something that that if you're going to have narration in the show, I don't mind knowing that the character's like, I'm following her into this crack house.
That's why she's questioning it.
But I don't know if this woman, I may be following the hero of the neighborhood who game recognized game that says I'm that kind of person too. Or I'm following a murderer into a crack house.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And like it's cool. But yeah, most of the time the narration just serves to add a cutesy style.
I was all in on my theory on this game in life. Just play your losing hand.
Oh my God, that's right. The fucking card game.
She does not know how to play poker.
So when Danger robs her, what's the other? Oh, the moment where she first runs into Moni.
That was pretty good. Where like
she's sitting in, she's had a shit day at school.
Man, I love white rappers. It must be hard.
It just must be because they're angry as fuck every day.
It must be hard being rich and famous, and because they're angry all the time.
And she's just screaming along to Eminem, and like it's the like knock on her window of, hey, there are kids around here. Could you turn that down? Maybe just keep.
Bitch,
you taught me to swear. Your mother is a very bad influence. And that even comes up. I want more time with Moni and her family, because her husband is into the mob for 50 grand because he runs a body shop. And so Moni really needs half. So the reward for Dion is 100 grand.
Yeah,
she really needs half that reward.
She needs the half.
And like, no, that tracks. Like, she's got a fucking reason why. Like, it starts to put her at odds with Diarra at first. Of like, hey, so I know you've about given up on this because we've all told you it's dumb, but actually kick it the fuck back into gear. I need this. But her husband even mentions to her of like, you worked really hard to stop being the like crazy woman that you used to be. Like, reputationally, Diarra's not lying. Moni was nuts. And it sounds like actually like, no, I had a kid and I worked real hard to not be like the crazy person at the PTA. Like, people respect me as a mom now. And and like, I want more of the, like, you're going to make me slip into you're going to fuck around and turn me back into the old me. Like, I want more of that from Moni of like, I need to get this 50 grand, but it's going to make me become a person that I worked to not be. That's an awesome story that is not getting told in the subplot of this show, you know?
Yeah, it's
right there, and I want it. And also, that whole relationship reveals like there's so many tiny things about Diarra that I'm like, either make a meal of this or give me a more likable person. Moni mentioned straight up of like, when she finds out, okay, see, I'm sorry, you're mad, and she helps her steal that car back, but like, you're mad that Swa kept the car that he paid for. I'm on your side, girl. We're about to go steal it. I'm helping you.
I get it.
But I want it said out loud. You hear it.
Yeah, I need this to be,
But then she finds out the amount that like, oh, that's that car we used to sit in under the bridge. Okay, how did you get that restored? Oh, 50 grand went into it.
My husband owns a shop.
And she's like, well, we weren't like, I wasn't talking to you. I didn't have your phone number anymore. You follow me on Facebook?
You follow me? Yeah.
So you've seen me post about it.
Yeah.
I'm not home in my hometown a lot, but like, I know who just opened a bookstore and shit. Like, like I know which of my friends just posted something on Facebook that I went to high school with or whatever. Like, you just that you didn't use. Similarly, her sister is opening a salon, and Diarra is mad at Swa for not continuing to pay her Amex, which apparently is a lot. She cold asked him for $2 grand, and he just gives it to her.
Yeah, I did not. I'm like, wait, I don't know how much the things cost.
Damn.
But
he's going to pay her Amex. And she's like, and she says it jokingly, like, oh, I'm a spa girl.
Mhm.
I got to do my spa days. I'm like, okay, haha. Later on, and it's her sister is opening a spa.
Yeah.
And I just know, without the show having to tell me at this point, based on everything else,
Mm-hmm.
that none of that Amex bill was spent on her sister.
Nah, that's yeah. I guess
She sneaks off to a different spa.
if we want to get into a spoil, because I actually want to know how the mystery ends.
Right. I haven't watched the very last one, but I do know. So spoilers,
Mhm.
if you've seen any commercials for season 2, Chris is in season 2.
Yes.
And he's part of the gang. So they find him. Dion's not dead. Chris is not dead. But over the course of the season, we do find out that I don't know what Chris's childhood and life were like, but Chris grew up to be a con man and a blackmailer.
Sure.
And so that's a complication.
Well, he got kidnapped, but there was no ransom. So I don't know who took him.
So the Greek mob was having trouble with auto workers unionizing.
Okay.
And Dion's dad was a auto worker who wasn't any big shit or anything, but was a loudmouth getting some traction, getting people unionized. And was supposed to have been the Greek mafia was going to kidnap him. His kid is also named Dion. And they, at least the part I was at, it seems for all the world like they just grabbed the wrong, like we thought you meant grab his kid and lean on him. Like so that we could lean on the dad. And like, no, I meant grab the dad, dipshit. Why would I want
his kid?
Keep a kid. But that just caused it at that point. Then the city's looking for this kid.
Yeah, you're on the hook for kidnapping charges. Yeah,
and so I haven't followed like what happened from there with him. I imagine we'll catch that story when we run into him. But I thought that was a fight. At first, she just thinks this kid wandered into the wrong part of the mall and saw like a mob handoff or saw somebody get killed, and then they had to vanish the kid.
Yeah,
but it sounds like just dipshittery, which I always think is funny. Like she's talking to but she just got the part I just saw. She's talking to the head of the Greek mob, and she's gotten that, like, she's put it together of like, oh my God, do you just not want to admit that this is entirely a mistake? Your guys grabbed the wrong dude. You grabbed that guy's kid.
Yeah.
And like, he just kind of like basically, yeah. And then falls over dead at the dinner. Is definitely poisoned. And she's left sitting. It's like the only other person in a mob restaurant with it, like a sit down with the boss, and he's dead. And like, I don't know where it's going from here, but I was like, shit, I'm probably going to finish this. So I am interested to see what happens when they find Chris. And I like the idea that in season 2, Chris is there. And like seems to be part of their Scooby gang. Also season 2 adds Method Man.
Yeah, right.
You're never going wrong adding Method Man.
I love
for me.
Method Man.
But it's not a bad show. It sucks that the weakest part of it is the lead to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even that. Sometimes it's that hey, so this character would be great, but you can't play him. You need to get Phil Rosenthal's hilarious. Ray Romano needs to play Ray, and Everybody Loves Raymond.
Right.
This really isn't that. It's not that you could get, it's not that Tiffany Haddish shouldn't be playing Diarra like this.
Mm-hmm.
I would still be mad at this character for being so constantly. So she storms out and goes SWAT for 3 months and then is mad. When she's explaining that for sympathy to her gay bestie, Mr. T, he is like, hey, so I'm all right. I'll give you that maybe SWAT's a very attractive man. Maybe he did cheat, whatever. But we don't know that. And open relationships, like, you didn't discuss it at all. Did you tell him any of the things that you just yelled at me?
Yeah.
Because it seems like you just stormed. Like, did you discuss it? Like, he pushes back of like, so you're.
Yeah.
Like, but the show.
Your relationship is done because of you.
Right. But the show absolutely treats it as like, we're best friends and I'm still going to back you. But I'm just like, I'm glad they call it out, but it's not enough that they just move on.
I guess the show knows that she's being unreasonable, but also...
Yeah, but it's okay with it.
Yeah, but is... I don't know. I guess like I would want her to learn to be better at a certain point, and I'm only up to F4, so like I don't know how.
But she's not learned a lot at F7.
I don't want to. I don't know her growth or change arc, but it does
right,
not
and
seem...
so that's the thing. Is like I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm like, well, I'm gonna watch Ep8 to watch the mystery get solved, but I don't think Diarra learned a ton this season.
I think I just need I think I need the other characters to lift up more of the show.
Right.
I think she needs to take it back. I think you should name the show something else so that it's not so we have to feature Diarra in every fucking scene.
It could, it doesn't have to be Josie and the Pussycats every time.
Because I also agree, like, okay, not every main character has to be super likable.
Right. No, look at the Ted of it. She's not Ted Mosby. Like,
yeah, no.
But she's better than that.
But you need to let your supportings. You need to help them like lean on them more so that you can spread out this.
No, I want more Danger, more Moni, more all of that. More Mr. T. All of that's hilarious and gets inevitably relegated to being the scene happening that Diarra doesn't want to be in because she's checking her phone about a mystery that she's not entirely. She's both obsessed with and not obsessed with because she's still calling him Ambien.
Mm-hmm. There could also just be a culture divide that I'm not seeing.
Absolutely could. I am curious if somebody's like, the themes are right there, dude. Look here, 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 and here.
Yeah,
because I maybe it's a blind spot. If so, I would love to have that blind spot fucking slapped open, please.
Yeah, because like there's also a poem in it. As much as I really like Average Joe, I think is a much better version of this. But even that one had a point at I can't remember the circumstances, but we were like, wait a minute, why are they mad at Joe for that thing?
His wife and his wife and kid are still not talking to him at the start of the new season.
And it felt like, what is that a bigger deal?
They were mad at for dragging them into this, but there's also, I think what annoyed, there was also a point in the middle of the season where he was done and the wife asked him to keep going.
Yes.
And to me, the next anger point doesn't work because of that. And I realize that's an argument you can totally lose in a marriage.
Yeah, I get that.
But they didn't have it. Like with the show, we were like, no, what? You asked him to keep going at this point. This isn't on him. At this point, enough other shit has happened that it's not all Joe's fault. But Diarra from Detroit is on its second season now. I am going to finish season 1. And we'll report back. I don't know, maybe something fucking crazy happens and I'm like, had to watch season 2 immediately.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm done. Rare dud for me on JPV.
Yeah, man, you've been killing it lately. And this
I actually watched more Baxters than this.
We watched a lot of Baxters.
It's more of a morbid, I can't look away. But...
Someone had to. Yeah, it's just us and God who sees everything. So
sure.
you watch Baxters.
Including the blood on that concrete of that driveway.
That guy got killed in the driveway.
That he killed.
Well, that's probably going to wrap it up for us this week then. Tune in next week when we will probably talk Lanterns and get more into Reacher. But until next time.
TV Dudes, out.
I got my switchblade, my taser, my brass knuckles.
Okay, John Wick, you stay here. If something pops off, I'll holler.
I walk around like that bitch.
This case is embarrassing me.
Have you lost your mind?
D, can we just keep it down with me,
Oh,
please?
wow. You know what? I feel like an interpretive dance coming on.
D?
It's a lot of Alvin Ailey.
Oh, you please?
I can't control it.
Talking all that shit.
We just wanted to talk. We can talk on the way. Hop in.
Oh, no.
We just get ourselves kidnapped. Who are you working for?
Get this bitch a root canal.
Who the fuck are you?
Diarra.
Diarra?
Diarra! Keep my name out your fucking mouth! Somebody save the fucking fish!
I walk around like that bitch.
You're going through a lot, D. You should talk to my therapist.
Why would I go to a therapist who hasn't convinced you to stop robbing houses?
She want to get paid, don't she?